Looks like we've got some narrative to discuss, guys. Let's have a look at what important characters could make a big return or debut in The Boys Season 5. Alright, so the first character in The Boys that I want to see return, and I'm not as confident that this person will return, it's Queen Maeve. Now we know that Maeve lost her powers in the Season 3 finale, and it's implied that she's living happily with Elena, which is great. I've read some people are unsatisfied with her exit from the plot. I don't mind it myself. I thought it was a pretty cool send-off. She had a great fight with Homelander and saved the boys from Soldier Boy, cementing herself as a real hero. If we look at it realistically, there are only a couple ways I see her returning. If Homelander goes full psycho and loses it, starts destroying everything and killing everyone, has nothing to lose, maybe taking over the White House like he does with his Soup Army in the comics. In a scenario where it's life or death for the world or country, I can see Maeve possibly giving herself Compound V again to stop Homelander. We saw that work with Kimiko, where she lost her powers to Soldier Boy as Maeve did, and then injected V again, got those powers back. I think this is a pretty feasible theory, as Homelander is currently building his Soup Army, and at any point everything could just turn into chaos. Another way is if Ashley, the only other person to know that Maeve is alive besides the boys, is put into a life or death situation where that information may save her. Maybe she's, being interrogated by Homelander, which, she probably wouldn't survive anyway if Homelander was threatening her. We know how he reacts to betrayal. Rest in peace, Annika. Homelander is really unpredictable, so I'm not sure if he'd actually go out of his way to go and kill Maeve if he learned that she's alive, considering she's not really a threat anymore. She's doing her own thing. But that could throw her into the mix. I think Maeve's return isn't needed, but would be met with a lot of love if done right. Even a montage at the end of the series showcasing her living happily would be really cool. Alright, next up, probably the reason you click this video, the one everybody wants, and let's be honest, needs. We need Soldier Boy back, and it's 100% happening. There is no way they keep Jensen Ackles out after he became the fan favorite by a mile just after one season. And him being in a goddamn freezer is not good enough, or solution for him. I think he will either be shown at the end of the season or just be brought in at the start of season 5. I definitely think he'll be a major player in the final season along with Butcher, Homelander and Huey. As we're on the topic, a bit unrelated, but I need Huey to have a huge role in season 5. After all, he's the guy we've been following since the first episode of the series, and I just love Huey as a protagonist. Anyway, back to Mr. Ackles. I saw a funny comment just before pointing out how he had less than 15 minutes of screen time, which sounds about right, yet killed the role and stole the whole season. Just with that little bit of screen time, shows how amazing of a character and actor he is. Out of every character, I think it's safe to say that we are all anticipating his return the most. I could see the boys recruiting him once again on their side, although this can't include Butcher, as Soldier Boy will likely never work with Billy again after him flaking in season 3 in the finale. Another point against this theory is Butcher not wanting Soldier Boy back, as he's a serious threat against Ryan. He's shown to have no remorse for him, even though they're related. And Ryan definitely seems to be the Butcher's number one priority when he's listening to Becca instead of Joe Kessler in his mind. Another theory is Homelander freeing him for his Soup Army, which he's building. This is a risky theory, but considering Homelander's declining sanity and him distancing himself from his need for love, I can see him freeing Soldier Boy to use against the boys and the world, considering there is no stronger Soup that he could recruit. Although I can't see Soldier Boy just chilling out, relaxing and letting that happen. He works for himself and won't be part of his disappointment of a son's goofy army. So all that said, I think Soldier Boy is a must-have return character, and there will be riots if he doesn't. We can say that. And the last one here is Marie Moreau and the rest of the Gen V cast. I was hoping these guys would be a part of season 4, but I think that's unlikely at this point. Obviously this is not including Sam and Kate, who have already made an appearance. Now I'll make this part a little shorter, as I'll dive into these guys a bit more in another video, but I think it would be a great idea to have these guys, who have shown to be very powerful in their own right, make their way into season 5 of The Boys. Now unfortunately, Chance Perdomo, who plays Andre, did pass away in a motorcycle accident, so I assume they'll make Andre's death happen between Gen V season 1 and 2 off screen. But for the others, especially Marie, I'd love them to debut in The Boys. I think Marie will possibly have an important role when it comes to Homelander's demise or defeat, possibly because, they've got a little thing going now after Homelander did what he did to her, but she's got to have a big role when it comes to Victoria Newman's end. As they've interacted the most when it comes to Gen V characters and the Boys characters meeting, they have the exact same powers and grew up similarly. So that's what I got for Marie at the moment. She's definitely my favorite character, I think, to come out of Gen V, and I really want her to have an important role in the Boys universe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Who else do you think is going to return? How do you think these guys are going to return? I'll see you guys soon. Peace.